Good evening and welcome to the September 29th meeting of the Appointments Subcommittee. Will we all rise and salute the flag, please? Thank you. Tonight we have 8 appointments and reappointments. So we're going to start with whoever is here, oh, excuse me, sorry. Can we roll call the members, please? Yep, hold on, my computer's loading. Oh, okay.
Roll call of the members of the Appointments Subcommittee. Councilor Guarino Sawaya.
Here.
Here. Councilor Haas.
Here.
Here. Councilor Jaramillo is absent. Councilor Novoselsky.
Here.
Here. And Chairwoman McKenna.
Here.
Here. Quorum is present.
So tonight we have 8 appointments and reappointments, and we're going to call up the people that are here first. So the first candidate is Michael Tucker to the Zoning Board of Appeals. Can you come up, Michael? This is a reappointment.
Good evening.
Could you state your name and address for the
Michael
record?
Tucker, 9 Ellerton Street, Revere.
Thank you. And Michael, you've been on this committee for a long time. What, 25 years?
Yes.
Yes, I remember you telling me that. Can you just tell me a little bit about what you've done for the city that was positive?
Well, most of the development that has gone on in 25 years, I started at the planning board and then was asked by Mayor Ambasino to go to the Board of Appeals. In my time, there's been probably 1,000 different meetings that were attended. A lot of the development from the beach, as well as North Revere, took place, as well as Rose Quarry.
Thank you very much. And now that you're reappointed again for another 2 years or 3 years, what are you going to bring to the table?
The same I've always.
Okay. Would any of the councilors like to speak? Councilor Haas?
Thank you, Mrs. Chairwoman. Mr. Tucker, congratulations. I know you've
Thank
seen
you.
a ton the last 25 years. You've seen the city go through a number of changes. You seem very well versed in the material and the subject matter, and I think last week was the first time I worked kind of closely with you and got to hear how you thought, regarding a specific issue. But congratulations, and is it a 5-year? I think it's a 5-year term. Yeah. Congratulations on another 5 years, and that'll
Thank
bring
you.
you up to 30. Thanks.
Thank you.
Any other councilors? Councilor Guarino Sawaya.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mike, I want to say thank you for what you bring to the table. You have been a great person to be the chairperson of the committee, because I think you're fair. I think you listen to both sides, and you just don't make a decision without thinking. And it's very, very important when you have to make such a vote that will impede upon a lot of people or help a lot of people, and it's just you're doing a fantastic job, and I would be honored to make sure that you have another 5 years.
Thank you.
Councilor Novoselsky.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Michael, we've been together for a long time, and I can say you're very fair. You listen to both sides of every story, and you make a decision appropriately. And I want to thank you for all your work and your caring for the city, because that's what it's all about.
Thank you very much.
And I want to thank you and continue to work hard for us and keep us honest. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor Zambudo.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the committee, Anthony Zambudo, 87 High Street. You know, I'm not on this committee, but I made it a point to be here for 5 o'clock to speak in favor of Michael Tucker. Now, Michael's been around as long as me, and he does this because he cares about the city. That's why I keep running for office, because I care about the city. But he is a person, and my colleague said it, he listens to both sides, but he's a person of utmost integrity. I can't thank him enough for wanting to continue to serve on this board, because it's such an important board to the city. And I'm just grateful that Michael Tucker is willing to serve for another, whatever the 5-year appointment or whatever appointment it is. But that's why I'm here early for your committee, and I'm in favor, obviously. Thank you.
Permission to speak from the chair, please? Thank you. Michael, I just want to say thank you. As a ward counselor, since I got on 10 years ago, you've been calling me if some development has gone into my ward and asked me what I thought about it. If I didn't like it, I gave you, you asked me the reasons why, and I told you. And there were things that both of us agreed that wasn't good for the Ward 1. So I just want to thank you for calling me all the time and asking me what my opinion is. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All in favor? All opposed? So ordered.
Next item is a communication from the mayor relative to the reappointment of Peggy Pratt to the Zoning Board of Appeals.
Is Peggy here? No, she's not here. Okay.
Next up is communication from the mayor relative to the reappointment of Lori Manzo to the Affordable Housing Trust Fund Board.
Laurie? You can pull that down, too. Okay, Laurie, could you state your name and address for the record, please?
Yep, Lori Manzo, 101 Coolidge Street.
And Laurie, you're being reappointed, so you've been on this committee for how long now?
A little over a year.
Okay, and what have you brought to the table?
I tend to voice my opinions stronger when it comes to veterans and their needs, along with the elderly and their needs. We just started a program for the senior home repair to help seniors stay in their homes instead of having to go to some type of home. I fought very hard for that, so I also fight for the lower income families that are in our city, because a lot of them do not have a safe, stable home, and we're working on programs to help not only homeowners, but rental assistance programs and stuff like that, which I find necessary.
Thank you. Any counselors? Counselor Hess?
Thank you, Mrs. Chairwoman. Laurie, congratulations. I know you're fairly new to the committee, but congratulations. I got to know you and your family the last couple of years with the election 2 years ago, but always a pleasure to see you. You're always very nice, and thank you for all your hard work with the senior home repair.
Yes.
That's very important. As you know, a lot of seniors are faced with the task of trying to keep up with their houses, and a lot of them are forced to sell when they don't want to sell. A lot of seniors do downsize, but for the seniors that would like to stay in their homes, that's huge. Thank you for your work on that.
Thank
and keep
you.
up the good work.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Karina Sawaya?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Laurie, thank you for serving. Thank you for caring about this community as much as you do. And I've gotten to know your family, and I absolutely adore your family, and I know Revere is number one in your lives, and you'll do whatever it takes to help anybody who needs assistance, housing assistance. And
Thank you.
thank you, do a nice job, just like you're doing, continue it.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Novoselsky?
Thank you. Laurie and my fellow councilors said a lot, and I agree with them 1,000%. But I do want to thank you for putting in the time that has to be put into this. A lot of people don't want to volunteer per se, and it's very difficult, to find the time to do it and make the meetings and, put your 2 cents in where you
Yes.
want it to be put in. So I want to thank you for that and
Thank you.
congratulate you on everything else.
Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. And I just want to say, just continue to do a good job for the city. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
All in favor? All opposed? So ordered.
Next is a communication from the mayor relative to the reappointment of Aneo Oswaki to the Affordable Housing Trust Fund Board.
And I don't see a nail here, so we're going to move to the next.
Communication from the mayor relative to the reappointment of Carew Pick to the Human Rights Commission.
And I don't see Carew here. It's mandatory that these reappointments and appointments come to these meetings. It's very important. And we do have something on the books that says if you don't come, unless you have a good excuse, that, you'll be terminated. So, and, I mean, there's a lot of people that are not here, so, so Carew's not here. Can we move on to the next one?
Communication from the mayor relative to the reappointment of Chief Cullen to the Human Rights Commission.
So I have spoken to Chief Cullen, and he couldn't make it tonight, but I'm going to put him through. So is that okay with everybody? Does anybody want to speak on Chief Cullen's position? No? Okay, thank you. All in favor? All opposed? So ordered.
Communication from the mayor relative to the reappointment of Chief Maria Levita to the Human Rights Commission.
And I spoke with Chief Levita, and she couldn't make it either, so I'm just going to put her through tonight. We're going to put her through it. Do we have any? Everybody's fine with that? Okay. All in favor? All opposed? So ordered.
Communication from the mayor relative to the reappointment of Viviana Catano to the Board of Health.
I don't see Viviana here, so we'll just table everything, and there's no further business. Thank you all.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Legislative Affairs Subcommittee meeting. Please join me in a salute to the flag.
Roll call of the members. Counselor Guarino Sawaya?
Present.
Here. Counselor Haas?
Here.
Here. Counselor Kelly?
Here.
Here. Counselor McKenna?
Here.
Here. And Chairman Argenzio?
Here.
Here. Quorum is present. One item on tonight's agenda. This is a motion presented by Counselor Cogliandro relative to an act permitting the City of Revere to establish penalties and liens for noise ordinance violations.
Councilor Cogliandro.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good evening. Anthony Cogliandro, Ward 3 City Councilor. This motion was filed so that we can change the way that we fine for noise complaints. Currently, it's under 21D, really has no teeth. When the tickets get submitted, they kind of go nowhere, and they're not enforced after it leaves the city. What this will do is keep it within the city, and we're also, thanks to Councilor Novoselsky, he's filing some support motions for this so that we can allow the police department to fine under 40U as well as get some decibel readers inside of all of the squad cars. So I think everybody in here can agree that we do have responsible people in the city that play their music or make noise, have parties, but at a certain time they tone it down. For every one of those, it seems like we have somebody who doesn't adhere to that or respect their neighbors. So with that said, this will hopefully be the beginning of a solution to that. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor. Any councilors wishing to speak? Councilor Guarino Sawaya. Oh, excuse me.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I think this noise ordinance will enhance the quality of life that, and by creating a more peaceful environment for the residents. And it's setting a clear expectation of what the expected noise level will be. Thank you.
Councilor Novoselsky.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ira Novoselsky, 53 Dehone Street, Ward 2 Councilor. Members of the committee, I'm glad the council put this motion in, and it is important, because right now we have no way to enforce this, and when we do write something up, it goes to Chelsea Court and they just throw it out. So I think putting this under 40U, it goes through the State House, we'll be able to handle it in-house, and we'll be able to keep people aware of what they're doing and that they're going to have to pay for it. And as mentioned, I put a motion in tonight, and I have spoken to Chief Levita, and she's totally in favor of allowing the Revere Police to enforce a 40U when it comes up. And they'll have their own 40U tickets, and they'll also hopefully have decibel readers in each cruiser to help them enforce that noise ordinance. So thank you, and I'm for this 100%. Thank you.
Councilor Kelly.
Thank you. Is this going to be the fines in terms of, will this be discretionary on the part of the police in terms of whether it's a first offense or whether it's a, 2 p.m. in the afternoon or midnight, or is there going to be any any differences between the offenses, or, will it be discretionary?
Councilor Cogliandro.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Through you to Councilor Kelly. The ordinance itself or the fining structure is not changing. We're just simply changing the way that we are fining them, and you heard the rest. That's it. Thank you.
Mr. Wells.
Thank you, Councilors. Michael Wells, Director of Inspectional Services and Health Agent for the City of Revere. As the gatekeeper of 40U, my department oversees the 40U process. And the process throughout the year, as far as unpaid violations being applied to tax bills and so forth. So I would just kindly request, that we work closely with the police department. Any violations or any fines to be issued come as a transferal to ISD, as the gatekeeper, and the issuance of those fines would come from ISD. So It's a big responsibility. 40U is the state sanitary code. And, it gets special legislation. It's still going to come through ISD for those fines to be issued. So I just ask that, we work closely with the police department. Any fines that are issued comes as a transferal. We've done that in the past with certain things, and we're under Chief Callahan, and it did work out great. So just kindly ask that we work together. Any fines that are issued will come through ISD, and then we'll see that process to the end. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wells. Anyone else wishing to speak? Councilor Haas.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm in full support of this. This is one of the issues I hear the most from residents regarding house parties or loud cars sitting idle outside in quiet neighborhoods outside their houses, but full support of this. And I'm just curious if Mr. Wells could come up again. I just had a question for him. Mike, I may have missed that a little bit. When you said you worked with the former chief, was that just on the transfer of the fines, or was that?
Yeah,
Was
so
that
they've
something
had some
else?
problem properties that that were going to be issued some fines in the past. So, they sent us the copy of the police report so we could attach those to the violations as well. A lot of times, these absentee landlords, they don't even know what's happening at their properties. So, they get a letter from us and they get a fine, and then, it gets resolved pretty quickly. For the majority of the time, because they're kind of upset that this is happening at their property, and not even aware that it's happening at the wee hours of the morning as well. So I just want to reiterate too, a 40U fine is attached to a property. So Councilor, you mentioned, a car being outside of somebody's house. That's not going to fall under 40U, because we're not going to find the person that the car is in front of their house, So the police can attach a fine to somebody's driver's license. You give them their license and registration, then it gets attached to a person. 40U is attached to a property. So I can't fine a business. I can't fine a person. We're fining a property. So even if a tenant is doing something that isn't right, a fine goes to the property owner. Same thing with a business. If we're in the process of finding a business, we're actually finding the property owner, not necessarily the business itself. Any property owner, any business owner, any tenant, they can pick up and go. A property's not going anywhere. So that's why it's attached to a property, not a person.
So it's still, in your opinion, it's still very effective though, because it hits the property
I think for
owner.
the house parties, it would be effective, not necessarily for a loud vehicle, driving down the street. That's not going to work for that. No.
All right, thanks, Michael.
Okay.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Madam Clerk, if you could call the roll, please.
Shall the Legislative Affairs Subcommittee offer a favorable recommendation to the full City Council to approve the special legislation? Councilor Guarino-Sawaya?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Haas?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Kelly?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor McKenna?
Yes.
Yes. And Chairman Argenzio?
Yes.
Yes, the special act has received a favorable recommendation. No further business, Chairman.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.